Hello, happy Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking about context clues, which are just some things that good readers use. I want you to think about a time when you have been reading and you come across a word that you just don't know. It happens to everybody. Um, and so I want you to think of some of the strategies that you use when you come across a word that you don't know. There are lots of strategies that we use. Some of them are look around the word for clues. A lot of times, the context of the story will help you figure out what a word means. So that's one of the main ones. That's why we put it first, because it's the thing that you should do first, is look around the word, see if you can figure out from what's happening in the story what that word means. They look for prefixes and suffixes that come at the beginning and ending of the word. These can help us to better understand what the word means. They break the word up into smaller parts or smaller words that they might know. They use pictures and other text features. So a lot of times the pictures or the graphs or charts or things can also help us. These are the things that we're going to use today to help ourselves understand some words. So I have two examples and then you're going to do some on your own. The first one is the word hoax. So the first thing we're going to look for is what clue words do we see around the word? And then we'll figure out what we think the word hoax means. So let's read this. Read it along with me as I'm reading. It says, many of them wondered if the promised trip over the falls was just some kind of hoax. The barrel might go over, but would it really carry Annie Taylor inside? She looked old enough to be someone's grandmother and appeared to have spent considerably more time baking pies than climbing mountains. So I've never heard the word hoax before, but it says around the word, many of them wondered if the promised trip over the falls was just some kind of hoax. So we know that Annie Taylor went over the falls, but they're saying that it's a hoax. Then the clues under it help me to better understand too. The barrel might go over, but would it really carry Annie Taylor inside? So some people are thinking that Annie is not going to be in the barrel as it goes over the waterfall. They're thinking it's some kind of hoax. Based on the clues, I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to see if you can figure out what hoax means. If you said a trick or something along those lines, you're probably right, because it says they wondered if the trip over the falls was just some kind of trick. The barrel might, or hoax, but trick. The barrel might go over, but would it really carry Annie inside? So they're thinking that she's trying to trick them, and she's not going to actually be in the barrel as it goes over. All right, let's go on to our next one. Same thing. We're going to look for clues. There's also a prefix and a suffix in this word. So let me read you the page. You follow along as I'm reading. If Annie could have seen all the people who had come to watch her, she would have felt proud. It was exactly what she had hoped for. Inside the cold, wet barrel, though, Annie could feel only one thing: complete discombobulation. As she shot through the rapids that led to the falls, she was upside down on one second, on her side the next, then on her back. It was as if some angry giant were kicking the barrel towards the falls. There's a lot of clues on this page. I'm going to think of prefixes first. I know that dis means not or without. So if you disassemble something, it's not assembled. So discombobulation. The picture is also a good way to help us. If you can see the picture, she looks very strained and confused. And then there's some clues around the word. As she shot through the rapids that led next to the falls, she was upside down one second, on her side the next, then on her back. So I see that She's being jostled around. She's on her side 1 minute, on her back the next. I also see that she looks like she's in pain, and I know dis means not. So I'm going to give you a second. What do you think discombobulation means? Okay. This one's a little tricky. It means confused. So if you are not knowing where you are, if you're in a dark barrel and all of a sudden you are on your side, on your back, uh, you don't know where you are. So you're kind of confused. And yeah, she looks a little confused, like she doesn't know what's going on. Um, so those are our two words, what we think it means. We will go on, and I have some words for you to do on the next few slides.